Hey everyone, so I wanted to film this video super quick because the Vans Warped Tour 2016 lineup was just announced. Like, I just got done watching their live stream that Full Sail University put on, and all I can say is, oh my word. It is terribly good this year. I mean, this will be my third year that I've been going to the Warped Tour, and I haven't seen a lineup this good and this diverse probably since 2012. Not saying that I haven't had fun the past 2 years, because I mean, I've met Night Riots and Family Force 5 again, and I mean, I had such a good time the past 2 years, but the lineup is so good that I feel like this year is just going to be even better, and oh my gosh, I'm just so excited for it. So this year we have some really strong veterans that have been on the tour many times, like Real Big Fish, which they're kind of more of a ska punk band, which I love the ska genre. I think it's very fun and just really cool to listen to whenever you're at Warped Tour. I feel like it's kind of a fresh opening to what you usually hear. And then you have Less Than Jake, which they've performed a few times on the tour before, and I'm really excited to see them. I haven't seen them before, but this year I will definitely go check them out because they're more of like an old school vet punk band, which I'm super excited for because punk is my favorite genre out of music that I like to listen to. And also, this year we're bringing back Sum 41. I'm so excited, and I'm really proud of the band coming back from their hiatus and just everybody getting clean and healthy. Honestly, the progression that Sum 41 has been having the past few years after coming back from their hiatus is just so heartwarming to see that an old school band can still rise to the top in this modern day and age when there's so much competition to go around. So I'm really excited to see Sum 41 also. And then we also, my two personal favorites on this tour this year is New Found Glory and Yellow Card, which I've been listening to these bands for at least 5 years. Yellow Card, they've been a part of my life mainly since I was really little. New Found Glory, I really didn't get into them until 2012 whenever they were back on the Warped Tour after like 2004, I think. So I'm really excited for those bands, and the fact that I'll be able to meet them, because usually at Warped Tour, unless if the band is super big, then they'll go out to their tents after their performance and you can go buy merch, talk to them, have pictures with them and everything. Unless if the band is like a really big headliner, which for instance, Mayday Parade and Sleeping with Sirens this year, you'll probably have to go buy a wristband and only like 100, maybe 200 fans can go meet them. With the monster stages this year that Kevin LYMAN has put out, that he was wanting more like heavier metal bands this year, and there's some really old bands, not really old bands, but like old bands that have been on the tour before, with also some new fresh faces. Like we have Chelsea Grin this year, and we're having the Color Morale, which I'm super excited about, and some bands that I wrote down while watching the Full Sail University announcement were The New Low and In Heart's Wake. And for me, I get really picky with my music because I feel like since I've been listening to music for a long time, seriously, I get really picky with what I listen to and what I like. And so it's not every time that I'm like, ooh, I like this band. So if I wrote down your name while I was watching the coverage, kudos to you. I'll probably go check you out. Because there's so many to choose from nowadays that sometimes bands kind of begin to jumble up together and start sounding the same. But I thought these bands were actually pretty fresh and also to what my standards of music that I personally enjoy. I'm also really excited to see that Issues were back on the tour this year. Whenever they were first here, I didn't check them out, but just seeing the progression that some of these artists have had since their last time at Warped Tour versus this new time that they're going to be here is super awesome. Like, for instance, Say We Can Fly, I think it was his first time playing Warped Tour last year, and then he's playing again this year, and I mean, Brendan has totally exploded. his fan base has grown so much, and I'm just really excited to see the newer work that he will put out for us to listen to. But also, we just have a lot of newer bands coming on, which while during the announcements were happening, Kevin Lyman was saying that there's like a mixture of old school bands versus newer bands, kind of to show the newer bands the ropes and just how to work the music industry. So whenever it's time for the older bands to go away, that the newer bands can still overpower what's going on. And I think that was a really good state of mind, because for the past few years, the Warped Tour has been getting kind of a bad rep with not being really diverse, playing the same bands over and over again, only gearing towards like younger, newer crowds, which isn't entirely bad, but me personally, as I'm getting older, it is still very refreshing to see that Kevin Lyman still introduces old bands versus some newer bands, because I know like you have to appeal to everyone, and like he was saying how he is now introducing a second monster stage this year for like the heavy metal fans. I'm really excited to see how that turns out, because Warped Tour began as like a punk tour, and it slowly, for the past few years, I was really fearing that it was going to be morphing to like a post-hardcore scene, which isn't, I'm not the biggest fan of post-hardcore. I used to be back 3-4 years ago, but that's really not the genre that I'm into, and that's what seemed like a lot of bands were like the past few years at Warped Tour. And so now that we're getting more punkier bands, more like heavier bands, I'm really excited, while still having some post-hardcore bands, which isn't entirely bad. I think it's very important to be very diverse on this tour, not only to pull in more attendees, but to just gear to what everybody wants to listen to. Not everyone wants to listen to Mayday Parade, not everybody wants to listen to, I don't know, not everybody wants to just listen to one genre, and this year, I think we're really accomplishing that. I'm very happy with the lineup. I'm rating this lineup from 1 being dirt to 10 being hella awesome. I'm rating this probably an 8, between 8 and 8.5. I'm extremely happy with this lineup this year. My big thing is, why couldn't you have added Good Charlotte to the main tour? Because they're only performing in like July, and my date is June 26th, which if any of y'all are gonna go, totally let me know so we can hang out and listen to cool music together. But Good Charlotte has also been one of my old, really childhood bands, and I love them so much, and just seeing them on like the announcement board, I was like so happy. And then once I found out that they're only performing in July, that grin turned into a frown, and I got really sad. But then that went away quickly whenever I remembered that I'm going to go meet Yellowcard and New Found Glory. I'm so excited for that. But seriously, that would be the only thing that I would kind of change. That Good Charlotte would be performing at my date, kind of like last year how Simple Plan had performed the next 2 days after my Warped Tour date. I was so crushed because they're one of my also old childhood bands. So yeah, this is kind of my overview, kind of reaction to the Warped Tour announcements. Let me know who you're looking forward to, who you're not looking forward to, and also what your date is. Thank you so much for watching. If you would like me to put more videos out like this, totally let me know. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a super awesome day. Yeah, bye!